Man, that day was literally something like I couldn't even dream of. Welcome entrepreneurs and welcome back proprietors. You are now tuned in to season 2, episode 8 of Proprietor Chronicles, a vlog following me on my journey to financial freedom. So it's Saturday. It was a pretty short week for me. I got back from Charlotte late Monday night. Had like 3 different lifts cancel on me. I was waiting outside in the fucking cold. It was only like 30 degrees, but to me it felt like negative 30 because I was just in 50 and 60 degree weather all week, so I couldn't see my breath, and I come back to New York and immediately it's just like, you see your breath. But been trying to get back into the flow of things. I know I say this every fucking time I come back from Charlotte or every fucking time I come back from All-Star Weekend, but you know, it's tough, man. And now with this full-time job, I'm still trying to balance out my time. I posted something on Instagram the other day that was a throwback of an older Proprietor Chronicles episode. It was last year when I graduated, and I was just talking about how a diploma means nothing and all these business people think it means something, but in actuality it means jack shit. And somebody asked me, they said, if you could go back, would you not do college? Like, do you regret going to college? And the answer to that is 1000%. I kind of knew college wasn't for me after like 2.5 years of being in it. Like, the first 2 years was all fun and games for me. I was upstate, away at school, like partying, doing my thing. And then that next year I came back to the city and I went to Hunter College in the city. And the college I was at, I just didn't fucking like it. So it kind of turned me off to a lot of the things that I'd previously liked about college, like meeting new people and taking these different courses and all that shit. So at that point, I was just like, I'm too far in to just be like, all right, whatever, fuck it. Like, Oneonta was, I think, $20,000 a year, and then Hunter was, I think, like $5,000 or $6,000 a year. And I just didn't see a point of calling it quits and being $45,000 in debt and not having anything to show for it. So I was like, you know what, all right, whatever, let me just transfer. I'll go to school for another 2 years, spend another $10,000 or whatever, and get this degree that will hopefully give me more money so I can do things like Proprietor, so I can invest money into things like Hum and all that shit. And now that I have a 9-to-5 full-time job, I do have money, not like crazy, but like I have more money than I had without a job, obviously. But the time, man, like I get back and I'm just tired from dealing with people's shit, and I'm just tired from working the whole day. And it's tough for me to just sit down and be like, all right, let me spend an hour editing videos. All right, let me spend 45 minutes writing the summaries of the Proprietor Chronicles episodes. Let me do this. It's just like, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to lay in my bed and watch YouTube videos, or sit downstairs and watch TV with my mom, or play basketball in my arcade, just like shit that like is mindless. And I didn't anticipate this problem when I first took the job, and when I first decided to finish college, and when I first decided about this lifestyle, how I'm gonna live. And it's nothing I can't beat. Like, I know I'm gonna get past it, but it's just an adjustment period to kind of getting in that mindset of, all right, 9 to 5 you worked, that's not enough. You gotta work from 7 to 12 too. It's a lot different than people think it is. So that's one thing I would say. If you are thinking about, oh, okay, I'll just get a 9 to 5 job and I'll come home and I'll work, like, yeah, it sounds nice, and yeah, that's an ideal world, but it's going to take you some time to actually get into the flow of things and actually be like, all right, I'm back from work. I can't just go fuck around. Like, I have to keep working. It's literally, the workday is from 9 a.m. when you start to 12 p.m. And if you really want to be technical about it, it's probably from 7:40 when I first hop on that train to 12 p.m. when I can say, okay, I'm done. Like, let me go get 6 hours of sleep. So it's just something to think about for you guys out there that, you know, want that 9-to-5 job for financial reasons, just like I do, and you still want to work at night, you still want to do your own thing. It's going to take some time to adjust to working a full-time job and working on your own thing. In all of 2018, I was working on my own thing. Sure, I worked like a couple days during the week, but, you know, the other days of the week, I was literally just doing my own thing. I would wake up at 11, 12 in the morning and then work until like 7 and be like, all right, I'm good, like, let me go hang out with my friends. So I guess in hindsight, I kind of regret not working harder last year, but I can't really look at the past like that. So all I'm gonna do from now is just keep trying, get home, work, wake up, go to work for someone else, come home, work for myself. It's just a cycle that you have to get into, and it takes some time. You guys want to see good marketing? I got home from work the other day to a package, and it was like a thick envelope, and I don't remember ordering anything that would have came in a thick envelope. And I open it, and it's some pamphlet information or whatever, and then I get this pen. And I put a little post-it here because it had like my address and my phone number or whatever. This company sent me a pen with SAC Digital LLC on it, my other company's name. They said, hey, here's a free pen. If you want more, it's 49 cents for 20 or whatever the fuck it was. And I'm not going to buy it. And I wish I remember what the company name was so I can shout them out. But that's a pretty fucking cool idea. Just sending people a personalized thing. And it's kind of the same thing with internships and giving your free time and all that. You're going to get it back. I'm sure that all of the pens they sent out changed a lot of people's mind. Like, that's not something you get every day, and made them order when, if it was just the pamphlets, like I would have thrown that shit out in 2 fucking seconds. But here I am making a vlog about a company who sent out free pens with the company name. I was like, yep, if you want more, give us some more money. So awesome idea. Definitely gonna use this a lot. Is it black or blue? I didn't even check. It's black, unfortunately. I'm a blue pen kind of guy. I'm still gonna make it work with this. So shout out to Unknown Company. This is a fucking awesome idea, and it's something to think about in terms of internships and time, if you can afford it, obviously, and your products. If you give away a free product here or there, and not just like, oh, here's a t-shirt or something. There has to be a strategy behind it. So pretty cool idea.
Forward at 6'8" from Syracuse, number 7, Carmelo Anthony.
8 years ago today, Carmelo Anthony played his first game as a New York Knick. Man, that day was literally something like I couldn't even dream of. I was a big fucking diehard Melo fan, and I liked the Knicks, and just the thought of Melo playing for New York, bro, the shit like never even crossed my mind. It wasn't something I dreamed of. It's not something I visualized. It was nothing. And then when that happened, it was literally one of the greatest days of my life. I still remember that day. I got a tape up for the first time. I always had like little bangs right here, and I got a tape up for the first time. I was in the barbershop. They had on the TV MSG Networks, and they were previewing the game. It was like a commercial. It was, I'm coming home, you know that thing. If you know Melo, if you know basketball, you know what I'm talking about. And I got the haircut, went to my friend's house, watched that shit in his basement. I still get chills every fucking time when I watch that intro, and just all the hope, all the promise, all the excitement he brought to New York was, you know, something I've been longing for ever since probably 2013, the last time the Knicks made the playoffs, led by MVP candidate Carmelo Anthony. It's crazy to look back at that shit sometimes and just think how an organization just went from Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire to Frank Ntilikina and Damian Dotson, and they're good young players, but like it was one hell of a tenure in New York for Melo, for sure. People could say what they want. Oh, he demanded a trade. He didn't demand a trade. He wanted to play for the Knicks. The Nuggets knew that, and they wanted to get something out of him. Obviously, he's gonna sign an extension with the Knicks if he wants to come here. Like, people just don't think sometimes, you know what I mean? On Twitter, I started a little movement called #ChangeTheMelo_Narrative, because you just have a bunch of people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about speaking on Melo, and who learn basketball from SportsCenter, and I'm just here to change the Melo narrative. Like, he's an all-time scorer. He can still fucking play. People say, oh, he's washed. I post shit about him all the time. Like, from this season, 28 points. He played 10 games with the team. Shot 15 of 19 on post-ups. At one point, when they had James Harden, Chris Paul, and Melo, they had a winning record. So it's just like, people are stupid, man. The Rockets gave up on him after 10 games because it was D'Antoni's revenge, and like, you got it, D'Antoni, like, fuck you. But it was it's just something I'm really passionate about, this dude's legacy. I've admired him since 2004, since I was 10 years old, so something that I'm passionate about, and I spend a lot of time on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, the course is coming. This week I'm sitting down and doing everything, filming it, outlining it, so we should get it up by the very, very beginning of March. So I'm thinking March 2nd or 3rd, absolute latest. But definitely stay updated with it on Twitter at ProprietorLS. I'm going to update kind of the release date and shit like that through there. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. Drop a thumbs up if you liked this video. Subscribe for more videos like this, which is pretty much just a weekly vlog. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.